I am not having the greatest week. I'm really not. In fact, I'm not even having a remotely good week. And it's far from being the greatest week. I mean, it's not a terrible week, but it's not a good week. Anyway, so what's going on is mostly that I've got a lot of work to do out in the yard. I hate yard work. I really do. It really takes it out of me, and I can't think properly after I've been doing a bunch of yard work. So there have been a lot of days this week that because I've been doing a bunch of work that isn't mental or creative, I don't have any space for mental and creative work. So it's like I did get some work done on open recent pull up the Chio rework. I did redo her shoulder over here and erase like the top part of her arm, but I never got around to finishing the rest of that. And that was it. So not a whole lot got done there. And one of the things that has just been kind of wearing on me, just weighing on my mind for no particular reason, is I feel like I'm not really doing a good job of improving my art. I don't think it is improving very much, and I'm not sure why. And that's one of these things that I occasionally have to deal with, which is I have to look at stuff and go, why are things not improving? And there's so many things that that you need to think about and consider. It's just like obviously, because I'm doing a lot of characters, I have to deal with anatomy, and because I'm trying to draw backgrounds, I need to deal with perspective, color theory, or at least like picking good colors and getting colors in properly. Color is an issue, and then we've got rendering or shading mostly. I'm not very good at that. There's all kinds of stuff around rendering materials. I'm not good at that. Construction and composition. I've talked about this a little bit before, like when I was talking about Monet's Olive Grove, and I was just saying, I look at the way he's constructed this image, and I can see how he's constructed it, and I can see why it's good that he's constructed it that way, but I don't know how to start from nothing and construct something that way. And even if I did go, well, here's the way that I want to construct this, I don't have a lot of confidence that I could construct it that way. And that's frustrating because part of that confidence is that I recognize my skill is not the greatest. And another part of that confidence is just bullshit. It's just me going, but I'm worried, I'm scared, I might not do a good job. And to some degree that's accurate, and to some degree that's just, me having a lack of confidence. And I look at other people's work, and I see a lot of people who have really, really good work. Like, it's much better than anything I've ever done. But I also see an awful lot of people that are below my level, and they're doing fine. Like I see a lot of pictures out there and I go, well, I could do a better one than that. Now, obviously, I don't want to shit on anybody else's fun and go, hey, I did a better job than you. Or, hey, you suck. I could do a better job than you. That's not very productive, just like it's not very productive to pull stuff up and go, look at this. I could do better than this. Now, occasionally I'll do that with like something professional. Like if I buy a video game and there's an image in it that I just go, dude, like a 4-year-old could do a better job than this. That I might like pull out and go, look at this shit. This is a professional. This is somebody who presumably this is their job and they got paid for this. And I'm worried about my stuff. But yeah, I am worried about my stuff because it's not about whether I could get paid. It's about whether I'm happy with the results I'm producing, and I'm not. And of course I never will be, but it's not only that I'm not happy with it, it's that I feel like other people wouldn't be happy with it either. I'm dealing with a lot of that lately. I'm dealing with a lot of sitting here and going, I don't feel like I'm doing a good job, and I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. And I'm not sure how to approach that, because the way I typically approach a program as a software developer is I go, okay, here's the problem as a whole. And then I take that problem and I go, okay, we can break that problem into 3 parts. Okay? We can break it into the beginning and the middle and the end, or we can break it into up into startup, process, and shut down, or we can. There are lots of different ways that you can break things up into pieces. Okay, input, process, output is another one. But once I break the thing into 3 pieces, well, you know, now you've got these 3 pieces. And then each of those 3 pieces in turn, you grab one of those and you can go, well, we can break this into 3 pieces. And then you can take each of those pieces. You can take that and you can go, well, I can break this into 3 pieces. And you keep breaking it down and breaking it down and breaking it down until it becomes something that you can solve all in one go, until it becomes a problem that is tractable. And the way that would work in like an image is if I wanted to draw a particular thing, like if I pull up the Chio lamppost image here, and I just begin by let me come up here to the notes area, and if I go onto the notes layer and I just go, okay. First things first, we have a street light. That is one problem. I can fix that problem. I can figure out how to draw a street light. I can go, here's the head, which is one problem. Here's the torso, which is another problem. Here are the legs, which are another problem. And I can break it down into individual pieces. Like the head, I could go, okay, we could break this down into the eyes and the expression and the hat and the hair. And those are the different elements. Those are the pieces we need to put together. And you can break things up like that. But I don't know that that's productive. And what I've been thinking in terms of is I've been going, what about working in very broad strokes? You don't typically do that in software development because you can't broad stroke software. If you build your software in broad strokes and not down in the details, the software doesn't work. It might look neat, but it doesn't work. And that's fairly frustrating. So I'm kind of thinking in terms of when you're doing when you're doing a piece of art, you can just kind of do these broad strokes, and you can just kind of rough stuff in, and you can start very, very large, and you can just kind of put your initial idea together, and then you can start dropping it down and making it a more detailed idea. And you just keep dropping it down as you get more and more detailed, and you work your way into the full-blown idea. And I don't really do that with my work, but maybe I should. And maybe instead of so that's one thing I've been thinking is, what if I work in broader strokes to build kind of the base level? Because that's kind of what I do with my flat color anyway. I do an initial sort of sketch, and then I do my flat colors and lay out my shapes, and I don't even do any line work for a good long while, because I find that starting out with the broad shapes is really helpful. But I think one of the issues that I'm running into, one of the problems that I've got is I work in these flat colors, and then I go over those flat colors with like line work. And then inside of those, I go in and I put individual details, like I put the ear and I put the eye and all of that sort of stuff. And I do the nose and the mouth, and this is going to look dorky and stupid, but that's the basic concept, is that I kind of start out with that broad color, and then I do the line work, and then I do the details. And I think maybe I need to focus on getting better at the details. Like maybe I need to break stuff up and go, okay, I need to draw eyes on like everybody. So what if I spend some time just like working on how to do eyes properly? And I spent some time working on eyes, and I've never done any time working on noses. I should do that for a while. Maybe I should spend some time working on how to do mouths, how to do chins, how to do just the general shape of the head. And I feel like I don't put enough time into any of these things because I put so much pressure on myself to get good at all of this stuff. Like my line work is kind of shit, and then the final piece ends up being kind of shit. All of it sort of doesn't do very well together, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know how to sit down and work on just my line work. I don't know how to that's really, I don't know how. That's the whole issue, is I don't know how. I don't feel like anybody's really given me a solid overview of what the how looks like. And I try to watch like videos of other people's processes, but I don't see a whole lot of discussion of options. And that's one of the things that I always end up with as a software developer is I go, okay, there are 3 different ways that I could solve this problem. And one of the ways that I could solve it is to use this algorithm. And another way is to just ignore all of the standard algorithms and just use brute force. And another way is let's just avoid the problem altogether by doing this little workaround. And all 3 of these possible solutions to a problem are potentially valid solutions. You have to look at your pros and cons and all of that. And I don't really see anyone talking about that with art. Like, nobody really talks about, hey, this is the way that I do it because the other ways I could do it don't make me very happy. But why? You know, like, why don't those other ways make you very happy? And I don't feel like anybody really explains what it is they don't like about the ways they're not using. And I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe not talking about the things you don't like is a good way to go about stuff. I don't know, man. I just feel like there's something very seriously missing from my work. And one of the things that's very definitely missing from my work is the amount of work. I'm just not doing all that much work. And part of that's this kind of analysis paralysis that is set in where I'm just like not sure what it is that I should be doing or how I should be doing it. And I just do not know how to approach the problem in a way that'll generate a solution. Like, it just seems that it seems like there should be a clear process laid out. I don't feel like there is. And I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to do about the lack of a clear roadmap and how I should handle that. I don't have any answers. And I mean, this is different from my usual I'm not feeling it stream in that usually I'm complaining that something is wrong and I'm very unhappy. I'm not very unhappy. I've just been thinking a lot about how I don't have a roadmap and I want a roadmap. And I don't feel like I've got one. I don't feel like it's easy to find one. And I don't know. I just don't. I just don't feel like things are going well. They're not going badly, but they're not going well. And I am not sure what to do about that. I feel like I'm putting my effort in the wrong places, and that there's not enough effort being placed into this at all. I've been busy the last week. God, the amount of shit. I mean, tomorrow I got to chop down 16 trees. That's not going to be fun. It's and they're not even bad trees. They're just too close to the driveway, and they're going to grow up underneath of it, and that's going to be a problem. So it is a time of year that things get really difficult, because I got to get back in the groove of all of this crap that needs to be done around the house and around the yard, and it takes some time to get things put together around that. I don't know that I have anything worthwhile to say tonight. I guess just that that I am going through it, and I am going to keep going, and I don't know. I don't know how to make my work better. And that's very frustrating. So, yeah. There's really no point in keeping this stream going for another half hour, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bail on it. I did put in my 20 minutes. Not strictly speaking on practice, but put it in on thinking. I'm going to put a lot more in on thinking, but you don't want to watch me sitting around thinking. That's no fun. So do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. And okay, bye.